Hey guys, Tony Bianco here, and I just have this thought that's going through my mind, so I want to record it. Is a lot of times when we get into a difficult spot in our business, a lot of times what we will end up doing is we find reasons why it doesn't work. And what's up happening is we leave the business because we look at another business and we say, well, this one's going to be better because this one has this and this and that. And so we jump ship and go to another business. And when that one doesn't work, we go, well, this other one's going to be better because what we're doing is we're saying, well, the reason why this one didn't work is because this and this and that. And the reason why this didn't work is because the leadership wasn't good. The reason why this one didn't work is all the compensation plan. Or the reason why this didn't work is because the product's really tough. But here's the thing. In all of those businesses, people are proving that it works. People are earning money. People are doing well in the business, climbing the ranks. And it's interesting because we want to look and we say, well, it didn't work out for me because of all these reasons. The question is it really the reasons or was it really you? Boy, I have to remind myself of that certain thought because it's like a marriage. And I remember one of my pastors talking to me about this. He said that a lot of times people will get into a marriage and the going gets tough and they start pointing the finger. Well, he did this or she did this or he said that or she said that, and they end up divorcing. And they go into another marriage and that marriage ends up falling apart. And another one, and that one falls apart. And the reason why is because going into every single marriage is the same mindset, the same person, the same stinking thinking, the same perspective goes into the marriage, and it keeps on falling apart. Because the thing is, what they haven't done is they haven't looked here. And that's the important thing, is what's going to be different in the next business that's different from here. The only thing that's going to be different is the products. The only thing that's going to be different is maybe the compensation plan. But it's all about the same. All the companies pay about the same, 50%. They all pay out about the same thing. But the only thing that is the same is you. So look at your life. Now, have you seen yourself go from business to business to business and not succeed? There's one common factor in all of those businesses, and that's you. That's me. You, me, whoever else. So here's the thought. If the single thread of success or failure is being woven between all those experiences, and you're the consistent, I'm the consistent, you're the consistent, whoever's in that consistent, they're in the consistent, and success is not seen in all of those places and points, then maybe it's time that we start looking at ourselves. Maybe it's time that we start looking and saying, well, what am I doing? What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? And where can I improve? And I think that's the most important thing, because when it's just like a marriage. You walk in and you have two decisions. The first decision that you might have is when the going gets tough, do I leave or do I persevere? And that's based on one component, the value of the relationship, the belief and the value in the relationship. That is so important. You guys, please get this. The value of the relationship is so important. My wife and I have been married for almost 10 years, and we've had some tough times. Truthfully, we've had tough times together. It hasn't been all lollipops and whatever. It hasn't been all fun and exciting. But you know what? It's the defining moments of when the times get tough, when friction occurs. How do we persevere? And it's all based upon two things, value and belief. What value do I place on this relationship, and how much do I believe in the future of this relationship? So right now I've got a question for you. What value are you placing on your freedom? What value are you placing on your financial freedom? What value are you placing on that? What belief do you have? Because this is the key. Belief builds boldness. And I want to talk about that in another video, but belief builds boldness. Sometimes you don't have the belief, and therefore you have to borrow it. But when that belief is there and the value is placed, then no matter what happens, no matter how tough it gets, success will rise. Because anything that is worth anything is tough, is difficult, is hard, but it's rewarding. Things that are easy are not rewarding. Things that are easy, that comes easy, is not really rewarding. Things that require you to grow as an individual, to grow as a person, that allows you, that makes you look at a mirror and you look at it and you say, oh my goodness, I've gotta change, right? I gotta change, I gotta improve, I gotta develop. Those are the tough times, because the toughest thing is not the actions of what you're doing. That's not the tough part. The actions are never the tough thing. The tough part in a business is you becoming and growing as an individual, because it requires you to look at yourself, to remove the pride, remove the ego, and to persevere. To persevere in your personal development. A true business, a real business, a strong business requires personal development and growth. And that's what I want to impart to you today. Is instead of looking at all the reasons on the external circumstances of why something doesn't work, start looking at the internal part of your heart and begin looking and saying, am I the right person that I want to become to develop this, to develop into that success? And I remember one person said, would you hire yourself? If you own the company, would you hire yourself? Boy, I tell you, I remember hearing that when I was earlier on in my business career. Someone had asked me that, and it was when I first started one of my businesses, and I went, oh my goodness, probably not. So I had to go begin working on my mindset, working on my heart, working on my actions. And that's the important thing, is to look at yourself, because that is the only thing that you have control over. You don't have control. In a marriage relationship, you don't have control over your spouse. You can't make your spouse conform to something. But what you can do is decide to, in your life, to what you're going to become, how you're going to develop. That you have control over. That you have the ability to develop. So I want to leave you guys with that thought, because it's such a good one. And I know that this will make an impact in your life. I know that it will develop yourself. And this is a good one. So talk to you guys later. I hope to hear from you guys. Share your thoughts, share your comments. Talk to you later. Bye.